Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Factorio Bobs and Angels with Yamakara, episode 1.1 Land Edition. Off we go. In this Factorio series, we're going to be doing a modded playthrough with Bobs and Angels. As you can tell, the biters are a little bit different down there. That's going to be adding Bob's Warfare, so just to spice things up a little bit. But first off, we're going to go through the mod list of what we're using. So we're going to click through our mods and see exactly what mods I'm playing with, and then we can go from there. So first things first, we're playing Bobs and Angels, which is a mod pack wombo combo. You kind of put most of these mods together and it makes the mod pack. These two mods synergize very well together and they play super well together. You can play either alone, but I do prefer them both together. I've played a lot of Bobs and I've played quite a bit of Angels, and I do think that they are far superior when they're combined versus individually. There's another mod pack as well that combines these, and it's called C Block. And the only difference is there's no land, and you start on a little island, kind of like Sky Factory in Minecraft, which is also another fantastic mod pack. But for the series, we are going to just be doing a land-based Bobs and Angels. So let's just start with the mods that we have. So we have Bob's, our Angelsaddons-cab, which adds a different type of crawler, mass transit, which is adding different types of trains, storage options, bioprocessing, exploration, beta, industries, petrochem, refining, smelting. Now these are two of Angel's strongest suits, these refining and smelting. That is what Angels is all about. Base mod, part of the base game, kind of required to play Factorio. Bob's adjustable inserters, which are fantastic. Bob's assembly machines, electronics, enemies, which you can see the biters are a little bit different in the background. Function library, greenhouse, logistics, metal, chemicals, intermediaries, mining mod. Alternate textures, which was suggested to us by Optic Chiasm on YouTube. I do read the comments, and this mod was suggested. I looked into it, and it actually looks really good. So here we are. Bob's modules, Bob's ores, Bob's personal equipment mod, Bob's power, revamp technology, vehicle equipment mod, Bob's warfares, disco science, which is one of my favorite looking mods, and factoriolibrary. So these are the mods that we're looking for, or using right now. So we're going to go confirm, we're going to go single player new game, we're going to do a free play, so we're going to go next there, and then we're going to do defaults. Default settings, nothing really changed, so we can just go reset there. You can tell it's 100% default. The ores will remain the same, the map type will remain the same, no issues there with the terrain. I kind of enjoy cliffs and water and all that, so good to go there. Enemy bases though, and starting size, we're going to change the starting size to 200%. Bob's enemies already makes the game a little bit harder. Angels and Bobs together adds even another element to the game. So we're going to change our starting size to 200% to give us a little bit of a head start, I guess you could say. Then we're going to look at advanced, and I'm going to switch the research queue availability to always. Half the time when I start playing this game, I always forget to change that. This should be a default setting. I don't know why it isn't, but that's what the devs are doing. Then we're going to pick the seed. We're going to the same seed as version 1.0 that we played. The reason why this is 1.1 and not 1.0 is because we had some audio quality issues, so hopefully they are resolved now. So the seed is decent. It's not amazing, but it's decent. It has everything you need at the beginning. Resources are mostly close together. The two big things you really look for when you start is these resources, your copper iron, your statorite, and your stiterite, I don't know what the names are kind of close to your coal. You have water that's somewhat accessible. There always should be water that's accessible, though, at the beginning. And we want a desert-ish type biome close, because those have a lot of rocks and coal. And rocks and coal always kick your base off to a nice head start. So this is a seed we're going to be playing. The seed number is 3505325889, which will also be in the comments. So without further ado, here we go. Beautiful rocket crash, which was added in version 1.0 release of Factorio. I must say, I do thoroughly enjoy the rocket crash. This is a Factorio free play. Your task is to launch a rocket into space. Task accepted. So first thing we're going to do with their normal playthrough here is we are going to start mining ores. So typical Factorio playthrough, the first thing you want to do is get some ores. Next is we want some extra resources here. That's all the wrong buttons there. We're going to have to set the recipe up for that, but we have no coal right now, so we'll just leave that. Got a coal rock right there, which is Beautiful. And we do have some iron sitting inside that shipwreck as well, so we might have to go back for that. So let's just first get everything up and running. And here we go. Looks like the cursor's in the right spot. I know in some of my videos the cursor likes to spaz out. I am a YouTuber in training, you might say. Okay, so that's doing good there. We're going to grab some coal. We're going to dump the coal into there, and we're going to pick this building, pick our recipe, and put in here. So, with Angels, the first thing you'll notice is there is no iron on the map, and there's no copper. It's all mined out from these different resources here. So it can be refined and sorted for pure ores, so iron, copper, silicon, nickel, titanium, and zinc. So now the ores are kind of combined. There's no such thing as just a default ore anymore. That's either really good or really bad, and I think it's really good, personally. I'm a huge fan of how that system goes. There's a lot of byproducts as well, which is another fun fact of these playthroughs. Byproducts is a very, very Bobs and Angels thing. So while that's doing its thing, I'm going to gather some more coal, hopefully. Also noticing there's some different resources being gathered here. We got some miscellaneous woods being gathered and such. Different fish. So we have a rock in here somewhere. But it's not a coal rock, so we don't really care. I want that coal rock. More rock. Some weird tree thing. Aha, there we go. Look at that. So we got a rock, and then we got a good rock. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's why I like the desert biome. Normally, if you go to the grassy biomes, they don't have these rocks. But this is really good right here. It's 148 coal. You know how long it would take to hand mine that? At least 100 seconds. So we're going to go pick this one up and go off from there. So, I also want to start doing something in one of my video series that I don't normally do. I haven't done historically until now. And I want to kind of pick a comment and talk about that comment in a video. So I'm going to grab comments from the YouTube videos and talk about it. So there was a question asked in the 1.0 video, which will probably be delisted but not deleted, so it'll exist still. And the comment was from Joseph Bellavance, and he said, "Is this your favorite mod pack? Would you recommend this to someone who's never played Factorio modded?" That's a question I got a lot on Twitch when I was playing modded as well, playing C-Block or playing really anything. And I would definitely say that I would recommend it, but it is a little bit complicated. So if you get overwhelmed easy on vanilla, maybe not. But I do think it is fair, the mod pack. Maybe FNEI would help you as well. But I think it's a very good mod pack, and it was my first rocket ever launched. I did find the base Factorio to feel, I don't want to say the word simple, but I thought it was very, oh, I do this to get that, to get this. And it felt very easy. And this started to add a lot more levels to Factorio. I started to become in love the base game after I played it more and more and more. But I would say that if this is your first ever modded playthrough, I would say it's definitely very accessible. Just know that it's very different and you're going to be relearning the wheel. So it's it is a very enjoyable and rewarding experience, and I think that if you've never played anything modded before, but you feel very, very strong in the base game, you know the hotkeys like Q to pick up a building or how belt mechanics work, I would say yes, you could definitely play this as your first mod playthrough. As your first ever playthrough, you could, but it'd be a little bit complicated at that point. So I would recommend this if you've never played modded Factorio, because I was thinking about that question and saying, what else would you play? What another modded playthrough could you play if you're not playing this? And the only other thing I could come up with would be Crastorio. So I'd either play Bobs and Angels, Wombo Combo together, because I do not like Bobs by itself. Bobs by itself adds, I feel like Bob just makes your life difficult to make your life difficult. He adds a lot of intermediaries and it doesn't feel very rewarding. But when you do Angels, like, for example, when we're mining out this sapphirite, it's a little bit more complicated because I got to mine this, then I got to crush it, then I got to smelt it. But I am getting a byproduct, so it feels very rewarding. And it doesn't feel like they're adding steps to add steps. It feels like it's right. It doesn't feel wrong in any way, shape, or form. But when you play Bobs by itself, it feels like they add steps just to add steps, which is not enjoyable for me. So I would suggest this. And if you do, for some reason, think this is maybe a bit too much, the next thing I would be suggesting would be Factorio. So one of those two is what I would suggest. So either Factorio with Bobs and Angels, Factorio with Bobs and Angels and C block combined, which is pretty much the same thing, just on an island with a very, very slow start, or Factorio. And that would be my 2 cents. So very appreciate the question in YouTube comments. And I definitely read your comments. And I think we'll leave it at that. And let's get some coal. So that goes in there. Now the coal is going to start mining coal for itself. We're good to go. Our iron production is looking decent. I did get a little bit of a head start on my 1.0 playthrough. Kind of seeing how this worked out a little bit. And this is definitely working out fantastic. Hopefully, I can get exactly back to where I was at the end of last video. That's kind of my goal right now. Gonna put that there. Gonna put that there. Something like that. Grab that out. So one thing you'll notice with Bobs and Angels is you never have to mine stone anymore. Stone comes from a byproduct from crushing out all the ores. So you will never ever not have stone. Not having stone is not a thing anymore. It's an issue of the past. That's another thing we like to do at the beginning is try and get our resources to an acceptable level so we can actually start playing. Right now it's a little bit slow and we don't have a lot of anything. So we got these guys crushing at a nice pace. I'm adding more miners because I can tell it's not getting enough saprite. So if we go like this, it obviously is working nicely. Gonna copy, shift right click, shift left click to copy the recipe there, and we're good to go like that. Some of these probably don't need 40 coal if they're not even working. And then next we're gonna move on to, I believe I just took all their coal. Get some copper going in a second here. So I need one more burner. Give me that burner. I'm gonna put these in the coal. And then I'll get some burner setup going for the copper. So 28 coal, so we're not looking amazing, but we're not looking bad. We're only a few minutes into the game right now, and we're just getting those resources up and running ASAP. And we'll do the exact same setup we have down here. So you could actually just copy this. Control C, Control V. It's a very nice feature. This is the wrong recipe though. So I have to take the recipe out, which it's not letting me change for some reason. Hello? Why were you fighting me? I feel like it should just click on that and change the recipe. Oh, check out the gear. Ha! 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 Even I sometimes randomly click buttons and hope it works. Only have 5,000 hours in Factorio. No big deal. One day I'll figure out how this game played. The joys. The joys. If I didn't record this video 50,000 times already, I might actually have re-recorded after that. Little incident, not knowing how to click the button. But I guess that just makes it a little more wholesome. So we're going to get more coal in a second here. I'm going to ramp up my coal production. So one thing you will notice I start doing when I do this playthrough is I don't just add 50,000 smelters to the coal and 50,000 to iron. I do a bit of everything. So I'm now getting copper. I'm now getting iron. I'm now getting coal. You don't want to have a million coal sitting here. You need just a little bit of everything. Just get this factory off the ground. Just get it started. That can go there. This can go right there. Something like that. Someone just asked me, are you sure you're playing the right game? On Steam. No. I might be lost right now. I appear to be lost. Pushing the Z button to drop the items onto the burner ore crusher. Grab some more burner mining drills. Grab my coal. Get my character's cardio up and running. I think we're doing a good job on cardio. We'll grab some more wood here too. I need a ton of wood because we're going to start making power lines. And we also use wood on our first circuits. So the first technology you build here is basic circuit boards with these wooden boards. So we shall grab that. Dump that right there. Perfect. So this is doing its thing. Grab some of you. Now we're actually able to get a little bit operational here. So we have these two guys working. We got you there. Put that there. So now we have a respectable amount of copper coming in. Iron is doing okay. Might put one more there. And I do need some coal. So steal some coal there. Now we're going to be up to 8 miners here. Control left click to pull all the resources out of there. Looking okay, looking okay. You can control left click in your inventory and it dumps all the resources in there. I know I clearly probably shouldn't have iron there, but alas I do, so what can you do about it? Next thing is to get power. So we currently don't have power. I still click on every single inventory panel for all that. And power needs more iron. So we have our one steam turbine there coming in. Click that there. Grab some more coal. We have quite a bit of crushed ores on us right now. Coal looks like it's doing okay. It's not doing amazing, but it's doing okay. Grab that. We go there. There's a lot of ore in there. You go there. That's good. We'll build our first labs, and then we're going to start building some science as well. Click on all the buttons, and one of the buttons will be the right one. Grab you, go there, that comes here. Grab some more coal, and then we can start turning on our power production. I do like to normally bring the water kind of in the middle of my base, but everything's expensive right now. 15 plates for that. I don't have a ton of resources, so we'll use a few and see where it gets us, but definitely am not going to make it all the way across the globe this time, unfortunately. So our water's right there. I don't have a water pump because I was going to manually pull the water out of the ground. Manually pull out the water, which obviously can't do that. I make a joke. It's not really that funny because no one's laughing. Yep, sanity gone. Dump that in there, dump that in there, grab some more. 120, so a respectable amount of iron coming in here. You come here. 22 of that. So we're going to build an iron pump in a second. I don't really need a chest, but why not? Two more pipes, so we'll get a decent ways away from the water. Not super far, but we'll be getting there. Gotta start somewhere. We do have a water pump now. I think we're gonna do this 2 ways. We're gonna go At one point I will know the menus, but for now I do not know the menus. We're going to go down and then we're going to go across. Something like that. There are different types of pipes you can make as well. Right now we only have the basic pipes, but eventually you'll start getting better pipes. I can actually make stone pipes, which are kind of funny. That becomes really important in C block, but not nearly as important in base Bobs and Angels. But in C block you'll definitely need to make whatever pipe possible you can. I'm gonna make 36 science packs. I'm clicking them individually instead of all at once, because then it makes them at a time, as opposed to making 30 gears, then 30 science packs. I want it to start working ASAP. And the reason why I didn't want to do it all at once is in case you want to cancel it as well, which we're going to have to do because I didn't make a lab. So we got a lab coming, right click all those and cancel. But now I still actually have some science packs. So if I needed to throw them in, and we'd be good to go. Science lab created, you go there, you go there, and you go there. And now we need to pick our first sciences. So basic automation gives us a burner assembly machine. We don't want a burner assembly, so we'll just try and motor right past that. Automation gives us an actual powered automator. Then we do yellow belts. Yellow belts gives us the ability to get long inserters. And I want long inserters. Near adjustable inserters adjust how inserters are set up. It's another decent one. We're actually going to switch that off and go back to mechanical refining, so we don't have a burner of this. So that queue right there that we set up will tide us over for a while. Next thing we need to do is start automating some of this. So we really have nothing automated right now. Everything is being built by hand. And that's okay. We're only 20 minutes in, so it typically does make sense to have most of your base automated or hand set up at this point. So you go there. You can have stone, I guess. Don't really want to give it stone, but sure. Gives me some bricks. I need bricks anyways, so. I could make a burner assembly machine and start making some stone with it. Because you notice that crushed stone turns into stone proper. It's going to be a very temporary building and I won't keep it for long, but it's something to that we could use. That can all go there. So we're finishing up our science packs. There's a lot of science packs going on here. Power is doing wonderful. Next is we are going to start automating this process down here. So we want to make some miner drills. I will notice that Bob's Mods Alternate Textures has changed the basic circuit board color, because the basic circuit board does not normally look like that in Bob's Mods, and I will say, that looks good. I approve. I did actually look up the mod before I installed it too, so it already had my approval. I thought it looked very good. So grab that there. We're going to look for some stone. Stone is right there. And we're going to give it some crushed stone. And now it's going to start making me stone with crushed stone. It's just a little polluting building. It's just doing its thing. Everybody's out of fuel here. So grab some more fuel. Looks like my fuel is not really keeping up, but I do have electric mining drills now, so I can put the electric mining drills in this setup. Typically, I would suggest not building on an ore patch, but this is Bobs and Angels. We do what we want. Can do some fun stuff with this mod pack. So I can copy this setup here once I build my next miner drill. This just makes one more thing automated, which is nice. Grab that and put that there, and then put one there as well. Oh, there's way too many power lines to set up. I can tell that already. Something like that should theoretically work. We'll build one more crusher. And then we have a good amount of resources coming in here. We can start automating this setup here. So we have 2 labs. How much science is left in there? So we have 1 left. We're actually just running out of science. With logistics teching, which needs 20 science packs. We are getting there. I got all my coal here because we don't have any of this set up anymore, which is great. That's going and doing its thing. Now I need to make some belts and inserters. The first few kind of all handcraft, and then after that we can get it automating. So let's get her up and running first. We are going to copy the exact same setup we have for the copper. It's just really nice because everything's just automated. As much as I can automate right off the bat. So we have some inserters coming. Automate ASAP. And then everything just kind of works better. So we definitely need a splitter. We need a few more inserters. Coal is still good to have because we're going to go dump it up over there. Actually going to try and get some more coal here too. So no need to get rid of these machines. We can just make the other sections work as well. 96 belts. So these are actually half-speed belts of your normal belts in Factorio. These guys go at a speed of 7.5 items a second, and your normal yellow belts go at 15 items a second. I can do Shift E on this inserter and adjust where it drops. This is one of the first things with Bob's mods. I can make my inserters do new things, which is fantastic. You used all your stone. I need this. So this guy right here is going to use a filter, and it's going to take the crushed stone out. So one big thing you're going to notice right off the bat when you start playing Bobs and Angels is you have a million intermediaries. So we have our base item, which we want is the crushed sapphirite, but we don't actually really want the crushed stone. It's good to have at the beginning, but it's not really what we're mining it out for. It'll obviously, of course, again, it will help, but not what we want. So you need to start dealing with the intermediaries. There's a million different ways of doing it. Initially, we're just going to chest it. Because I don't really need this much stone, but I definitely don't want that on the belt anymore. I need this to start working for me. I need my smelters automated. So now we are getting rid of the crushed stone, and we're putting on our new resource on our belts. The good stuff. And then the smelters, we'll be able to pick it up in a minute. So step 1, good to go. Step 2 is we're going to start automating belts. That way I don't have to handcraft belts anymore. So the most basic building. Even just having this setup is really, really good. We can also adjust this here as well. So we fill both sides of the belts. So one's doing the top and one's doing the bottom. Fantastic. Now we're going to put some inserters down here, grab an assembly machine. We're going to make one make gears. You're like, wow, he has all these recipes memorized. That's because I just did this. I'll get completely lost, just like you soon. Don't worry. Welcome to Bobs and Angels. So this will go right there. You are going to go right there. Give it some power. Looks like we're totally out of coal here, and that's okay. No problem there. Just dump some more in there. Our coal is not dependent on our power, so it really doesn't matter if we run out of power there. Sometimes getting blackouts in a game like this is super bad. But because our power right now is hand-fed anyways, it doesn't really matter. That makes no difference to us. So these are not able to offload fast enough, because these aren't able to grab fast enough. So we're going to need to copy this. Like that. This is a fantastic problem to have right off the bat. I have too much stuff. Everything is working way too well. So now you're making belts for me, and the belts are just going to go into a chest. A chest that it can actually reach. That would help. Do I want this entirely full? No, not really. So we'll go like that. So now I have belts automated, which is huge. Next we're going to get the copper automated, but before I do that, I'm going to make another steam turbine because I'm pretty positive my power is on the edge. Yep. Just not keeping up. And then we're going to automate science. So these guys can get filled up first. Turn our furnaces on. Give you a power line there. Okay, so now we're building belts. Fantastic. That's everything you ever could have wanted. That can go into the copper production. You are going to go there, grab all that stone. So we have quite a bit of stone already accumulating, but that's okay. That is not what I wanted to do there. I need this, and I need that to go in there. Having too much iron at the beginning of the game is probably the best problem you could have. Because it means you can start building. Nothing worse than standing around looking for materials. This ain't some union job. No offense to union jobs. It's just a joke that they make around these parts. Most union jobs probably work harder than I work, so. Okay, so now we got the iron coming out. We got a belts automated. Grab that. We're going to get some more electric mining drills, and we're going to power on our power. So we have one thing automated. Actually, let's do this first. What are we doing? What are you doing? Grab this. Make some more mining drills. Get the copper going. So, I have a nice amount of belts, and we're going to do the exact same thing we did on the other side. Literally the same thing. Just like that. Obviously, it doesn't really matter that we stamped it down because it's not a real blueprint. Do that because we're too lazy to find it ourselves. Too lazy or too smart. Two different things. Now, one thing I do like to do when you play Bobs and Angels is I could have just built it on its own side there, but I'm actually going to set this up, get it ready for future-proofing. So if it's set up like this, it's ready to go, and if I somehow add to it or fix it or make it better, it'll always just work the way it's set up. So if this fills up, I know that the iron and the copper are both not working, so it's a lot easier to manage than having one pile here and one pile there and one pile over there. Just have one super pile that kind of works for everybody. If that makes sense. Keep all your garbage together and it's easier to clean your house up. I think that's a good way of looking at it. Okay, so these guys are still just offloading all of that. We are going to copy this right down here. It's really kind of not super required to copy, but why not? Our science stopped because we ran out of recipes for it. And by recipes, I mean science packs. That's okay. We'll get this sorted in a minute. Not sure how the power is doing there. We have 8 left, so that was good that we went over there. If I'm not crafting anything, I think I'm doing it wrong, so we'll craft a little bit. That can go like that. We have some inserters here now. I don't have the mining drill, so not really super helpful yet. Make some more furnaces as well. I need about 15%, so I need probably 17 more science packs to make that work. The age-old question of the day is, what is Yamakar drinking today? Water today. Boring. Nah, water's good. It's good for you. Good to get some water occasionally in your system. Something like that. Power is still not connected, and that's okay. So we have the burner mining drill coming in a minute. Drop you right there. So now we got more ores coming. These aren't working yet because they don't have any furnaces. Grab some coal and turn that on. Iron is nice and backed up, which is fantastic. I should have a lot of belts built. Probably 1,000 coal on us now. Whoa. That's probably not the most effective way of doing it when I have that much copper, coal on me. So we'll get these each 100. That will last a long time. You can have 200. Don't say I never gave you nothing. Okay, that's doing its thing there. Gonna grab some more inserters. Make these guys work. What am I missing for more inserters? Missing basic wood circuit boards, which I'm probably missing wood at this point. Because I have copper and I have iron, so let's go grab some more trees. Then I'm going to grab some belts and we're going to automate our coal production. Or do we turn our science on right now? I think we turn our science on first. I think that's more important. Let's get that science up and running. We have all the resources to make it happen, so we are always racing the biters. So we're going to put that there. That there. That there. So we're going to have the gears here. Then we're going to have the copper plates right there, obviously. And that's going to get pushed into the lab right there. It's Tech 1 Science. Is it best to do it like this? Actually, it's probably not at all. I think it's a really, really bad way of doing it. But I did it in my first video. And now that I'm thinking about it, I realize how bad it is. So we'll continue on with it. I will suffer the consequences. It's actually not that bad, though. It's a pretty simple recipe anyway, so it's definitely not efficient at all. It's generally better just to belt everything than to directly feed it into the building. So you build the science packs and then belt it somewhere. Typically a better way of going about it. That's okay. I don't always make good decisions. That goes there, that goes there. Power is right on the edge again. Power or science is automated. I'm gonna grab one more of these setups. Stamp that right there. Make some more furnaces. I need way more inserters. I'm out of... What am I out of? Definitely not out of copper. I'm not out of iron. We are out of iron. So we check our buildings here, and they're actually... No, they are offloading fine. For some reason I thought they weren't offloading properly, but... They're doing okay. You have no fuel. Go to our coal deposits. Grab some fuel. That puts us to 500 plus fuel. 700 something. You can actually see the number when you run past it. It's okay to not be working because the copper looks fine. You guys are good there. So now the issue here is if I add more to the setup, which I'm going to do anyways, we're going to start saturating this belts. This belt won't be able to handle what we're adding to it anymore. So that we upgrade the belts or make a second run. It's okay right now how we set it up, but eventually it's not going to work, so something to consider. More inserters. We're short on iron? What am I short on? We're short on wood again. At some point we need to automate wood. So that has 56 left in it, so it's doing okay. I do think I'm going to try and keep my episodes to around the 40-something minute mark. I believe the last episode was 44 minutes, so we'll try and keep it around that. We do have our basic base up and running right now, which is looking quite a-okay, I think. We're pretty much exactly where we were in the last video, so no change there, except the audio is hopefully better this time. Habitual problems with my audio. One of these days I'll get my audio sorted. When will that day be? I have no idea. But it will be a glorious day when we do. Glorious, I tell you. But I do want to say, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a comment in the video comment section. You could try and leave a comment somewhere else, but I don't think you'll be able to. You can hit me up on Twitch if you want to interact with the stream. I'm streaming on Twitch quite regularly. I would tell you I have a schedule, but I really don't. It depends on kind of how my life is playing out. So currently, as it stands, as the video is being made, I'm streaming every day for at least a month. Seeing if I can keep that up. So yeah, you might be able to catch me on Twitch. So if you liked it, throw a like on me over there, or follow, or whatever, and hopefully we'll see each other around. So I want to say thanks for watching. This is episode 1, Factorio Bobs and Angels, and I'm sure there will be many, many more episodes to go. Ciao for now.